What action will you be taking against Grijaldo after what he said at during the Senate probe? You know, you and I, we talked about this. We talked about witnesses maybe recanting, PDLs being used, and then later on maybe recanting as what happened during Laila de Lima's case. We were talking about the concern of that happening in the Quadcom, to which you said, that's not a problem. You vet it. That's why you go through lengths in your vetting process. But now you have Grijaldo saying that you coerced him. I know you already said your statement regarding this. But why did you have to talk to him? Why did you have to be in that room with Garma, the lawyer, and another person talking to Grijaldo? Go ahead, Congressman.
Carmina, that's the part of the vetting system. We have to really to talk to them. As a matter of fact, if they asked us to have a conversation with them, we agreed. And of course, we wanted the presence of the lawyers. Unfortunately, during that time, si Grijaldo wala po siyang lawyer. And we never asked him, we never asked him or force him to confirm yung mga sinasabi po ni Colonel Garma. What Colonel Garma said to us was, si Grijaldo, yung kaibigan niya na makakapagpatunay nung mga sinasabi niya sa kanyang affidavit. Specifically, I think yung number 17 and yung number 1. And that's the reason we asked him. Sabi ko nga kay Colonel Grijaldo, totoo ba ito yung sinasabi ng kaibigan mo that meron pong reward money? And he said no. Nang sinabi niya he said no, lumipat ako sa ibang provision ng kanyang affidavit at tinanong ko kung how about this? Totoo ba itong mga sinasabi ng kaibigan mo na sinasabi niya na ikaw makakatulong sa kanya? Sabi niya, wala po akong alam dito. And that's the reason why we let him go back to his seat. Unfortunately, meron siyang mga accusation against us na coercion and harassment. And that, of course, kailangan niyang harapin yun because that accusation is so strong against us that he wanted to discredit the Quadcom. Not me, not Chairman Abante. I think the main target here is the whole of the Quadcom committee. And I think we will not take this sitting down, Carmina.
When you say that you're not going to take this sitting down, what exactly are you going to do, Congressman Fernandez?
Well, I talked to the chairman already, and I asked them if we're going to file cases against Grijaldo. And remember, si Grijaldo is under preventive suspension because of his involvement in the Mariuga case. And because of his preventive suspension, meron siyang somehow na axe to grind sa amin. And I think hindi lamang po yun. And we have learned that, of course, it has been said that yung personal attack sa akin ni General Bato, who happens to reveal that si Colonel Grijaldo have something to say in the Senate, that adds to some parang confusion on my side. Parang kasi nga para bang during the time that we have investigated si Colonel Anunda about the killing of the mayor of Los Baños. Ito si Colonel Anunda is the one who arrested yung pong Paul guy or yung pong sinasabi nilang suspect doon sa pagpatay kay Mayor Perez. Unfortunately, itong konsehal Tamisin at kami, nakakuha kami ng CCTV na pertaining to the actual assassination of then Mayor
Perez.
Mayor Perez. But unfortunately, hindi nakita doon si Norbin Tamisin. Clearly, nakalaya na siya when he was arrested before at sinasabi doon sa kaso na mahina yung kaso against him. And this Colonel Anunda ay tinatanong ko siya during the investigation kung ano relationship niya kay General Bato. Kasi siya yung PNPA during that time. Si technical officer siya doon. And yung anak po ni General Bato was in the PNPA during that time. And sadly, si General Bato nagalit na sa akin. Tinira na niya ako sa kanyang Facebook account na sinabi niya na kung nag-babysit ko daw yung anak ko, yung anak niya hindi nagpapa-babysit. And I'm not saying anything about babysitting of all these men in uniform. But unfortunately, hearing those things, napapagtahi-tahi ko that etong si Grijaldo, maybe somebody is really trying to talk to him and to put me down and at the same time, put the Quadcom down. And ang hirap, but of course, we have to face this.
If you were talking about, this is not about you and you alone, but you sort of hinted at the Grijaldo statement targeting the Quadcom hearing, sort of undercutting the Quadcom investigation. Now, why would he do that? Why would he want to do that? Go ahead.
So they can see that the integrity of the Quadcom is really, kitang-kita naman that we are really doing our job. And unfortunately, there are people who wanted to take us down. And yung sinasabi nila that bakit namin kinausap yung resource person. Nobody can stop us in trying to ferret out the truth from them. And specifically, we have this kind of talagang tinatawag nating vetting procedure that we have to follow. And accordingly, during that time, it was incumbent upon us because of the request of the resource persons to talk to the another resource person. And ako, sa akin pananaw, there is nothing wrong, at wala namang rules that govern about us preventing to talk to the resource person. Especially kapag ang kinukuha mo yung totoong sasabihin nila. Ang mali doon, yung sinasabi na kung talagang we are applying coercion, we are applying harassment, or we are applying threat, or yung tinatakot namin sila, and then that's wrong. Pero you have to prove to everybody na talagang tabigit nangyari, talagang threatening. Pero yun na nga ang challenge ko sa kay Grijaldo, to prove to us na talagang merong coercion na nangyari. Alam mo, naalala ko pa nga hindi lamang yung lawyers ang nandun. As a matter of fact, medyo bukas pa nga yung pintuang yun At meron pa ako naalala na may pumapasok doon. At meron ako isang empleyado doon na natatandaan na bago ako lumas, andun siya. And I tried to figure it out kung sino tong taong to. But I think I will try to find it out. Kasi, alam mo, he have to be responsible for his action. All the words that he manifested through his affidavit must be dealt accordingly. Hindi ako personally, hindi ako papayag. And at the same time, yung Quadcom, we have to try to maintain yung integrity ng aming pong Quadcom.
Congressman Fernandez, as both houses tell the public that they are really trying to ferret out the truth, are you concerned, or is there a concern that both houses of Congress are destroying each other in the process? Go ahead.
Well, ako, hindi naman siguro, Carmina. I think it's just a matter of trying to communicate. Well, for example, there are statements coming from the COMSEC of the Senate in accordance with this invitation that was requested from the COMSEC of the Quadcom. Unfortunately, those requests, like for example, si Kervin Espinosa, hindi naman po namin, hindi po kami dapat sa amin it goes through yung invitation because our invitation to Kervin Espinosa was coursed through the PNP. And even si Jimmy Guban, na iniimbitahan din po nila, they have to course through that sa Bucor because under pa rin po siya ng security measures that are being implemented in accordance with the rules of procedures of the Bucor. Alam na alam po nila yan because si Senator Bato galing naman po sa Bucor and kami naman po ay dito, sinusunod lang po namin yung mga procedures.
So ano, may basa ho ba kayo doon? If you're saying that they know that, is there something else that happened there?
What I mean, alam nila yung rules and procedures sa Bucor.
Ba't hindi na
kasi si General Bato, because General Bato was a former Bucor official. Siya po yung nag-head sa Bucor. And basically, alam nila that since the Jimmy Guban is under the custody of the Bucor, they have to course through the invitation through the Bucor.
Hindi naman sa hindi nyo pinapayagan si Guban?
No, it's not that. Kasi siyempre hindi naman namin siya pwede basta i-transfer without the knowledge of the Bucor. Because it's still under the authority and control of the Bucor.
Okay, now, as the public sees this and continues to watch this, be it at the Senate or at the House of Representatives, where do you think they can find the truth? Is it going to be in the Quadcom, or is it going to be at the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee subcommittee, Congressman?
Well, actually, when I saw the investigation that was conducted by the Senate yesterday, I found some clarificatory statements that was delivered by the former president. And we have to clarify, yun lang, talagang we have to clarify the truthfulness, if it's a joke or it's a reality. But I think since he is under oath, under the investigation of the Senate, we have to construe it as true and real. But unfortunately, these are being contested by the spokesperson that these are all jokes, and these are all lies or something to the effect that it is not the true intention of the statement that was delivered by the former president. But I think tapos na po tayo sa ganung era. Tapos na po tayo ng 6 years na. It's always being defended, the statements that was delivered by the former president. And truth and in fact, that what was delivered in the Senate must be respected, because this will form part of the history of the records of the Senate. Now, kung i-treat natin siya as we will be interpreting it as in a different manner, then we will be having a problem 10 years or 20 years from now, because people who will be reading the statements that was delivered by the former president will only be construed as a part of a joke. No, I think malaki po magiging problem natin dito, Carmina, and that's the reason why those kind of statements will not be allowed in the Quadcom.